one of the major confrontation I had with our Igbo tradition was the day a beautiful young girl came to me that a certain man from one of the neighboring states, I think from Imo State, wants to marry her. And the man happens to be Osu. And the girl's people said over their dead body, but this girl is loving with this man, but the family are not in support. It became an issue. And I was asking myself, what is the worst thing that will happen when somebody marries an Osu? What is the worst thing that can happen to an Osu person? Is it that nobu nonya abusu kitambepo yalo obaliachana black or green? Or nonya nobu nonya abusu no bambo no mampate ego? Konandi bosu na in their prime. Who can tell me that distinctive thing that differentiates between the so-called freeborn and the so-called outcast? I've been trying to answer get this thing. So I don't know. But now when okay, that is why in everything you do in this world, I don't know how this is my son. I don't know how this is my son, man. Try and get money. There is a reason for that. Ifeanyi of Blessed Memory, God rest him. When Ifeanyi wanted to build his country home, there was a land he wanted to buy. And Oba worth 200 million. Ndị abụla arụsị tufuo. Nali egoti naba salo sebe. Nali egoti naba. Opo osina na arụsị hozia anamado. Osina na arụsị anamado. Eh? So what money cannot do, more money can do it. Because always onye nke asị na obu osu. Mana ego nwoke nwe karịrị ọnwa. Ego karịrị ego ọnwụnwa. Family fast no osu ebe ogom nwoke ogom nke ka ime osu no so but this is an aside anyway. But yen jikoba akụkọ e nwere ife ọzọ na abụlọ na there are certain things about our culture that Christianity has been able to redeem and transform, and it's such a beautiful thing. Imagine what it means. The kind of emotional. That girl on her wedding day, she soaked my sultan with her tears. She was just emotional. I was the only person. Nobody came. Okay. This girl on a level, she called me around 7 o'clock, saying, Father, I have been in labor for 3 hours. I don't know what is happening to me. Nah. Nkuneba chapel. And say, God. Yeah. I think if Moses gwaro Chineke na ogo kpọta ụmụ Israel na asị na ga-egbu ha. Moses isi Chineke na enwa ime ya eme na ndị Egypt mụsị aga amụ. Ndị Egypt ga-asị ya, so if iji wee kpọpụta fa na Egypt kpọta ya ba n'ime ọzara bụ ka igbuo fa ncha niile. Then na ifere ga-emewu gị, why take the whole pain to bring them out of Egypt only to kill them in the desert? We should have allowed them to die in Egypt. Is it better? That was Moses talking to God. I went to chapel and I told God, I couldn't even pray. I just knelt down in the chapel and I was talking to God. That was why I was addressing. No, there's something that will happen, you become radical. I told God, if this thing happens, if anything happens to that woman and the child in the labor room, the devil has won the day. If a parent's has come to pass, that was the way I was addressing God. I told God, if anything happens to that girl and the child, the shame will be on you. Within the next 30 minutes, just phone that was it. So, why I brought this aspect of when people speak of let's go back to our tradition. Let's go back to our tradition. It's always good to be discerning. So we don't follow the bandwagon. Let's go back to our tradition. Which tradition? Tradition can have tradition. in a world where people are using technology to change the world. Maraneje. Tangu nezoku ife igwo bate gabs go barofu. Na bochi if those who really know the truth of our culture knows that no buho na one. Ikwa chebe things fall apart. Udidi bia ina enwe n'oge gboo bụ dibịa mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ. Ndị nke a bụ ndị na-esi ọgwụ ịba na ndị otu ọgwụ a na-enye ndị ma dibịa mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ. They were regarded as traditional medical doctors. Then enwe eze mmụọ onye nke na-abụ the traditional chief priest, the mouthpiece of the gods. Maybe I chọọ ime in a traditional festival a consult eze mmụọ ka ama ma the coast adịkwa clear ma ga-agaba n'ilu. Then enwe dibịa aja nwe dibịa afa ụdị a nkọrọ na sisus enwe dibịa afa maybe ka eje jụọ ese wa na-achọ ije dibịa agbara anya afa ka ife ya eme na ndị otie. Then nwezie dibịa aja mana dibịa aja bụ jos ụmụ mpịampịa mmụọ na-enye nsogbu tekara mmadụ nweta mmadụ mụta ọgba nche ma ọ bụ mụta ife dị aṅa eje na fọkọ na chụwa aja ife eji achụda aja nwa adị enwe esi na biskit na fanta ka ife na mpịampịa mmụọ na-enwere isi ka a na-achụra aja nwa. Ọ bụrụ ezigbo aja akpụta ewu ma ọ bụ efi mana mpịampịa mmụọ ka a na-achụrụ ya ọ dibịa na-enweghị isi. Enwere dibịa ọgwụ ego n'ala Igbo. Enwere dibịa ọgwụ ego n'ala Igbo. Go and read history. Enwere dibịa ọgwụ ego. Go and read history. Go things fall apart. Go stories. If I were young boys, ndị otu na onye amara ha na were gị ịmara ha na were gị lụa onye aghọrọ ka agba. So uche unu dị ya enweghị dibịa ọgwụ ego. Ife eji mara ndị Igbo bụ na anyị na-echu uchu. Our apprenticeship system is today being studied in Harvard, one of the biggest universities in the world. Can I study our apprenticeship system? Now, say now, on Chamem market has produced the highest number of millionaires than all the universities in Nigeria put together. On Chamem market alone has produced the highest number of millionaires than all the universities in Nigeria put together. And when I study this apprenticeship system, what has made this thing so effective? Why has this thing been able to produce thousands of millionaires? Ndị Igbo ka enyere 20 pounds after Biafran war. Mana ọ na-abụ ndị Hausa cross Niger Bridge. Put up for tall buildings standing. They are always in shock. They will be like, Jesus. During the Biafran war, Igbo land was the theater of war. So the whole impact and destruction happened in our land. Man, from that 1970 till date, go to any part of Nigeria, they developed an Igbo. Achieve. How about Chaife Nollywood project in Andotie? Or Nollywood created that culture. Was that there about?